If you like movies, check out my movie review channel. Every single movie title you see on the screen, I have a video about coming out within the next 2 weeks. I'm uploading a video every day for 2 weeks, so definitely make sure you're subscribed there. The link is in the description below. I got some other stuff on there too, some like breakdowns of certain scenes I like and things like that, so check it out. Super Bowl 57 is almost here, and a lot of times one game comes down to the quarterback. It is a quarterback-driven league in 2023. So Jalen Hurts playing in, he's played in some big games in college, but easily the biggest game he's played in the NFL, goes without saying. How well do we expect him to perform against this Kansas City defense that loves to mix stuff up? Well, let's just get into it and talk about kind of how he's done in the past when defenses like to mix it up. I think about, the 49ers game in the conference championship is one of the examples we're going to use, as that's they're a team that will mix things up, and I thought Hurts handled himself well in this one. So this is something that's definitely something you'll see Kansas City do, is they're showing as though it's cover zero. It's not actually going to be cover zero. Fred Warner is going to drop back into coverage, and it's going to be interesting to see on display how Hurts handles this. If Hurts wants to go over the middle, Fred Warner is going to start as though he's blitzing, but then drop back. Will Hurts realize this, or will he throw an interception? Well, right when this play begins, Hurts, starts to scramble back. He has a receiver who is open down the field, and again, with Fred Warner lurking in that area, this is dangerous. However, watch how Hurts goes to the other side of Warner so he could not make a play. That ended up being a completion, a very good pass from Jalen Hurts, and while I do expect for a good chunk of this game, I think Kansas City will try to throw blitzes at him. They will try to mix stuff up, and I think that that's probably still the correct strategy to do that. I think that makes sense, but the idea that Hurts wouldn't be able to handle himself is obviously not true. He absolutely could. Something like this is another good example where it's going to be zone coverage and you have A.J. Brown running a deep route. I'm bringing up this play because this, I think, has actually colored the opinion of how people feel Jalen Hurts has played these past couple of games, so that's why I wanted to bring attention to it. It's going to be a go route with Brown, but I'm just going to show the whole play. Watch how Brown runs this route. Look at how you're going to see him kind of make a little bit of a move, right? And then he goes full speed, but at that point, the throw was just a step too far. I think that was more of a communication thing. I think Hurts was expecting Brown to be at full speed the whole time, whereas Brown made a little bit of a move to make sure he got open, which worked, but then the throw was a bit too far. When Hurts made the throw, it was before that move had happened. That's what I think happens here. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm making excuses for him. That's possible. But it's also just worth mentioning, Brown is the kind of guy who can win in one-on-ones like this, and Hurts, for the most part, tends to hit him. Like, this plays another interesting example where I've talked a lot about in my previews, which I've made plenty of at this point, the A.J. Brown of it all and how teams will be attacking A.J. Brown, how the Chiefs will be attacking A.J. Brown in terms of double teaming him, making sure there's two safety deep coverages, which is probably a smart idea, but even if there's two safety deep coverages, it does not guarantee that you can stop A.J. Brown, or even guarantee that A.J. Brown will, have these have these double team matchups. He could still have one-on-one matchups. Like what's happening on this play is it's quarters coverage here. It's a blitz. Again, very creative concept, but Kansas City does this, right? Kansas City definitely mixes stuff up, so you can expect this to happen. Right when this play begins, you see that the safety on that side of the field is closer towards the middle of the field. He's kind of in between the hash marks and the numbers right there, so there is room outside the numbers to hit A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts' throw on this one, Brown got slowed down a little bit. Looked like Hurts was hoping that Brown could maybe kind of save it towards the sideline, so that's what happened there. They weren't quite able to hit on that one, but it's more to show that there will be these opportunities, and against a very good Kansas City team, you have to think that if you get these opportunities, you want to make sure you hit them. I don't know how many opportunities they will get in the Super Bowl. I think they will get some, though. I think they will get at least a couple, and if you do get a couple, the difference between, let's say you get 3 of these opportunities, the difference between hitting on 0 of them versus hitting on 2 of them could be the difference in being Super Bowl champions or not being Super Bowl champions. Also, with Jalen Hurts, we always got to talk about this stuff, is his mobility is a key factor. He runs, he scrambles very effectively. A lot of times his scrambles are more so to give him time to throw the ball down the field, that's the best way to scramble, but also also on design runs, which I think this will be very effective. And if I'm the Eagles, I'm going in with a game plan of run the ball pretty heavily. That's what I want to do, and it's something they should be effective at doing. You see why having a quarterback run the ball can be so effective, because you have a halfback blocking. So now you see the blocking concept. If it's a run to the left, which it is, pretty much everyone is accounted for here. Now imagine if you didn't have the halfback blocking, you really would have to either leave none of the players in the box blocked, or maybe you would have to leave an edge rusher unblocked. You'd have to figure out some way to use your blockers a bit more creatively. It just gives you an extra tool to use in the running game. And as you see, that's going to be, they use it very well, right? It also helps that the Eagles can run block incredibly effectively, and Jalen Hurts can run with the football incredibly effectively. Now, obviously, there's the concern of, you don't want to hurt your quarterback. And listen, even though it's the Super Bowl, if he goes down in quarter one, that's still not good, right? There still is that risk, but it's less risky once you're here because you want to try to make sure you just win the football game. That's all that matters at this point. However, you better believe if Philadelphia is up in the fourth quarter, Hurts is running with the football a decent chunk. They are going to use him to try and run out the clock, as they do already, which is a key way that they've been able to be really the best team at playing with the lead in the NFL this season. Also, debatably the best team at getting a lead in the NFL this season. But you don't have to just do that when you're up. You can do that when you're down or tied as well, of course, and I imagine they will do things like that throughout the course of the game. But also, I think this will be the most of Jalen Hurts' work in the Super Bowl, will be stuff like this. I think they're going to try to simplify things, not because Hurts can't take on a heavy load, but just because, hey, if you can simplify things for your quarterback, that makes it easier. Make things as easy for your quarterback as possible. That's your job as an offensive coordinator and as an offense in general. This play, for example, it's zone coverage, and you see how the concept works. You're going to run play action. That's designed to get players who are in charge of covering over the middle of the field to move further in. You then have Devonta Smith running a deep route, which will hopefully take the corner further deep, meaning that kind of middle area could potentially get wide open. As you see, Hurts runs this play action, and you are going to notice that it is working. There is a window to make this throw, and that is exactly what you're hoping for, is run the ball a decent chunk, run play action. Your offensive line will be well rested, which they're already dangerous enough when they're not well rested. Let Jalen Hurts just be a game manager in this one. That's, any quarterback is at their best when that's all they have to do, and Jalen Hurts definitely is capable of doing this. He is not going to screw stuff up. He's been very good at protecting the football all season long, and I see no reason why that would change in the Super Bowl. I really can't see one. I know I showed a couple plays of him missing on deep shots earlier on in this video, but I want to be clear, I really would not say that he's bad at that stuff. I think he's very good at that stuff. I think he's very good at a lot of the aspects of football, and I think that he has a very real chance to be able to do a good job against Kansas City. Do I think that, again, will it be enough to get the victory? I really think this is a close game and could go either way. And like I said, it really could come down to, can he get a couple of those deep shots? Can he hit those or miss those? And again, it might come down to which team wins the turnover battle, because there is so much flukiness. These are two quarterbacks that protect the football very well this year. So, who knows what will happen. But without a doubt, I think Jalen Hurts is going to be a reason why the Eagles have a chance to win this one. He is not just along for the ride. He is a part of the ride. He is why they're here, at least, a big chunk of why they're here. It's a very good team altogether. But hey, he's only lost once before. We'll see if that stays the way it is. One more game to go. Should be interesting. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.